If you've always wanted to play piano but didn't know where to start, you're in the right place because today we're going to learn the very basics of the piano. The best part, you don't need to read sheet music. You don't need any experience. All you need is a few minutes and I'll show you some simple chords that will get you playing tons of songs right away. I'll break everything down step by step so you won't feel lost at any point. Also, music theory was never been this easy to learn. We'll see how crucial is in understanding the instrument, playing any song, and understanding the very essence of music. Stick with me until the end and you'll grasp all the essentials of playing the piano. But first, make sure to subscribe in order to not miss any of my upcoming lessons like this. First things first, let's take a quick look at the keyboard layout. You'll notice that the keys repeat in a pattern of black and white. The black keys are grouped into 2s and 3s. This is super important because it helps us find notes easily. Now let's see all the notes that exist on a keyboard. We first have to start from the starting point of the piano, which is the C note. This is the middle C. And to localize any C note, simply target a pair of 2 black keys, and then you'll know that this white key just to the left of this is always a C note. Okay, so this is a C note, this is a C note, this is a C note, and so on. Okay, so this being a C, from here we continue in alphabetical order, so C, D, E, F, G, and now we are counting from the A, the next one being a B note, and then reaching the higher C, and from here all the notes repeat. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C again. But wait, we only played the white keys. How about the black ones? We first need to know that on a piano we have half steps and whole steps. They are also called tones and semitones. A half step means a 1 key distance and a whole step means a 2 key distance. Thus, 2 half steps equals 1 whole step. Also on a piano we have sharps and flats. The sharps roll is to higher the note with a half step, while a flats note is to lower the note with a half step. That means that from our C note, if we go up by 1 key, okay, so the next key, we have our C sharp note. Okay, so this is a C sharp. And from D note, a key higher, so a key from the right part, because as we go on the right part of the piano, we go higher, and as we go left, we go lower. So from our D, a key higher, this is a D sharp, okay? From G, a key higher, it's a G sharp, and so on for all white keys except for the notes E and B, where the 1 key higher note is a white key note, okay? And between the keys E and F and B and C, there is no black key. Therefore, all the notes on the piano are C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and C. Now, a C sharp is also called a D flat, and that's because an elevated C is the same as a lowered D, and also F sharp is the same as G flat, and so on. Now that we know all the notes, let's learn 2 essential scales that are totally unique. The first scale is called a major scale, which has the following formula. root, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, where the R is the root note, W is whole step, and H is half step. Now, if we start from the C note and follow this formula, we will have the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. So, sounds good, right? This is called the C major scale because the root note was C. So the starting point, okay, the bass note, hence the name of the scale, okay, C major scale. And now we can use this formula for all the other notes. For example, let's start from the D note. We'll have the notes D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D. And this is our D major scale. Now let's see the other scale, which is the minor scale. The formula for this scale is root, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. Note that we have different distances and thus different notes. So if we start from the C note and follow this formula, we will play the notes C, D, D sharp, F, G, G sharp, A sharp, and C. And this is our C minor scale. And not only that we have a different formula and thus different notes, but even the vibe, the emotion conveyed is totally different. Here is the C major scale, and here's the C minor scale. You notice it? The major scale sounds more happy, uplifting, and joyful, while the minor scale sounds sadder, darker, and more nostalgic. Now we are about to learn some chords in order to play some awesome songs, but before we do, please make sure to subscribe to this channel to see more interesting lessons like this in order to learn your favorite songs and play music with confidence and joy. To understand chords, the next essential thing we need to learn is intervals. An interval basically means the distance between two notes. On the piano, these distances are measured in keys or semitones. Intervals can be of 5 types: perfect intervals, major intervals, minor intervals, augmented or amplified intervals, and diminished intervals. We previously learned that the distance of one key equals 1/2 step, and the distance of 2 keys equals 1 whole step. But there are more intervals in total. All the intervals on the piano are semitone 0, so this is the perfect unison. Semitone 1, this is the minor second. Semitone 2, which is a major second. Semitone 3, which is a minor third. Semitone 4, which is a major third. Semitone 5, which is a perfect fourth. Semitone 6 is an augmented fourth. Semitone 7 is a perfect fifth. Semitone 8 is a minor sixth. Semitone 9 is a major sixth. Semitone 10 is a minor seventh. Semitone 11 is a major seventh. And finally, the semitone 12 is an octave. Now, the next important thing we need to know is that a chord is made up of a root, which is the bass note, a major or a minor third, and the perfect fifth. Therefore, the C major chord is made up of the notes C, E, and G. From C to E, it's a major third interval, so a 4-key distance, 1, 2, 3, 4. And from the C note to the G note, there is a perfect fifth interval, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 key distance. And the same goes for all the other chords, okay? D major chord is made up of the notes D, F sharp, and A, and G sharp is made of the notes G sharp, C, and E flat, or D sharp, okay, and so on. Now the minor chords are played using a minor third, okay, so instead of the major third, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4 key distance, we have a 3 key distance, and this is our C minor chord, okay. So just like the vibe differences between major and minor scales, major and minor chords create distinct moods in the same way. Major chords produce a bright, happy sound, while minor chords evoke a sadder, more emotional feel. Now, any song uses a chord progression which contains a certain number of chords that repeats over and over again for the entire duration of a song or for certain parts only. To create a chord progression, we select a combination of chords derived from a scale. In the major scale that we learned, there are 7 notes, and each note serves as the foundation for a corresponding chord. The resulting sequence of chords follows a specific pattern. 1 major, 2 minor, 3 minor, 4 major, 5 major, 6 minor, and 7 diminished. Now let's see an easy and popular chord progression that we can use to play lots of songs. A minor, F major, C major, and G major. And start by doing a little exercise by playing each chord 4 times and repeating them over and over again, like this. Once you can do this smoothly and correctly, you can go to the next level by playing a little arpeggio, okay? So a simple pattern like this. And now the real fun begins. Piano, with the left hand we play the chords by doing different patterns as we saw, being the accompaniment part, and with the right hand we play the melody, being the solo or the vocal part of the songs, which is basically a succession or a sequence from any scale, mostly major or minor scales. And this, in brief, is what playing songs on a piano is all about. So these are the basics of music, and with only these chords from this chord progression and with other slight variation in different orders of this chord progression, you can play loads of songs and have fun with them. Did you know that you can already play canon in D major on the piano? please check out this video. I'll see you there.